Okay, we've got Tuesday. We've got another week of NFL action in the books, so you know what time it is. Okay, first off, recap of the Seattle game. I'm satisfied. It's always good to get that first win out. It's a lot later than I wanted to have it. It puts us in a much more precarious situation than I would have hoped, but it's a win. It is a win, and it's a good way to start any week. Game itself, 37-13. There's not a lot I can say beyond that. I mean, it was pretty much what most people expected. I know some people were trying to be smart and take the Rams, but if you watch this team so far, the Rams, that is, you know that they have a chance to be historically bad. I mean, not just a team that wins like 5-11. We have those every year, 4-12, 13-3. We get those all the time. This team, I think, has a reasonable shot at winning one game or maybe even none, but we'll let the future decide that. For now, 37-13. I thought the offense looked pretty good. We had a great day running the ball. Jones and Duckett combined for, I guess, 220 yards and 3 touchdowns. Broke off plenty of big runs. Broke tackles, made guys miss, ran guys over. You know, for a couple guys who got rejected in the last places they were, Jones was pretty much unwanted in Seattle. Duckett was jumping around and nobody really liked him. You got to be happy. I know the opposition isn't the greatest, but the last 2 weeks I've been really happy with Jones and Duckett. The passing game is what it is. What can you expect when your top receiving threats are out? But Billy McMullen made a nice play. I believe it was in the second quarter. And, he only had one big play really. But sometimes that's all you need in a game like this. Help break it open. Carlson. I haven't repped him in any of my videos yet, but Carlson's playing great this year. I think he's closing about close to 200 yards receiving, so I know he's on pace for like 900 yards. I don't think that's going to happen, but he's stepped in real nice, especially in the Niners game. Carlson played real nice against the Niners. What? Sorry. Let's see. You've got Michael Bumpus. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Somebody was yelling out there. Michael Bumpus, he caught the touchdown, and he's a Wazoo guy. I'm going to UW now, but it's all right. It's all right if he makes plays like that. I'm cool. I'm cool. Even Kerry Colbert had a catch, I think, and Courtney Taylor, he didn't do much, and I kind of felt that he was our best wide receiver on the team right now, so kind of surprising, but I don't really care. Kicking game continues to look good. Olindo Mare is a very pleasant surprise, playing very well right now. Let's see, that's about it. Defensively, there were a couple points in the game where I was thinking we got to get more pressure, because there were definitely points in the game where we were not getting pressure, but it didn't really matter. We only picked up the 1 sack. We got a couple other pressures. Generally, I felt we should have done a better job in that area, but when you blow out the other team, you take what you can get. And they were running Jackson pretty hard. They were really trying to get Steven Jackson started, and it didn't work. He didn't have any run longer than 8 yards. We held him down real nice. He only had the 1 long reception where he spun around a couple times in the left flat and took it 50 yards. So defensively, I cannot complain. They had the 1 touchdown drive. They did move the ball on a couple of occasions, but for the most part, I can't, in all rights, complain about this. We got our first pick of the year. That's nice. I know it didn't really matter. It was garbage time, pretty much. But it's nice to know that your defense can force turnovers like that, because that's one thing frustrating about this team sometimes. And last year, we did force quite a few turnovers, so I'm glad to see that coming back. Geez, what else? And as for the Rams, I don't really got a lot to say from their angle. It's pretty obvious that they're just in a state of disarray right now, and we need to keep an eye on them guys, because they're starting Trent Green next week, so you can pencil him in to get killed against who are they playing? The Bills. The Bills. You've got to figure Trent Green's going to just be suffering from concussions left and right, and couple that in with the. So, what I'm trying to say is, I think this team could go 0-16. Them and the Chiefs, I think, are the really good candidates to go 0-16 this year, and so we got to keep an eye on both these teams, because 0-16, I don't. Yeah, it's never happened before. I mean, just like 19-0 last year, it never happened. 16-0 hadn't even happened, and if we get a chance to see 0-16, well, I'll take it. I think it will be the Chiefs if it's going to be anybody, but can't count either of these teams out. So that's about all I got to say about this game. Well, obviously this is already somewhat implied because of how well we ran the ball, even though they knew we were going to run the ball. But I really like our offensive line the last 2 weeks. We've run blocked really well. We've only allowed 2 sacks over the last 2 games. Walter Jones and Mike Wale are just playing out of their minds. The rest of the line is starting to come together. I know they're injured right now. I know that, you know, they're having some difficulties of their own, but I just got to say I'm really happy with that. And this week we got a well-timed bye week. I'm really hoping Bobby Engram and Deion Branch get healthy over the bye. Maybe anyone else who's hurt, like Maurice Morris. Though right now, maybe we can live without Maurice. But point is, week after next, we go to New York to take on the defending champions, and you know, I don't necessarily think we're gonna win, but hopefully we can at least be there and make it a game and see what happens at the end. And sometimes that's what you do in the NFL. You just got to stay in it, and then at the end somebody's going to make a play, and that's going to be it. So hopefully we can be ready for that Giants game. Come back Engram, come back Branch, we need you. And let's use the bye week, because in previous years sometimes we don't use the bye week very well. We come out the next week looking flat instead of unprepared, and that really kills me. So great game, guys. First one of the season. Rest up. Enjoy. So that's all I got to say about that game and my team. So let's move on to the rest of the NFL, because it was a good week.